everyone! Welcome back to Special Presentation with Mike and Ethan. Or...
Alf will not be seen tonight.
Oh, yeah. Neither will Benson, we need to remind you, because we are still looking at the ABC Saturday Morning Preview Park, hosted by Weird Al Yankovic, who I just realized they don't even mention that he's a singer.
Oh, well, everybody knows. All the kids knew who he was already, so...
Yeah, they're just kind of treating him like a clown, which is, I mean, not wrong, but at the same time, it seems like, they don't play any of his music. They don't play anything from his 6-month-old album. So it seems like there should be, it seems like something's missing here. Maybe that's why Al seems so sarcastic this whole time.
Yeah, you're right. I guess they don't. He's like, oh, I'm going to be on this. It's good advertising. Good, but it's like, no, it's not. Nobody knows who you are.
Nope, you're just being a pitch man. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's always good to get your face out there, but yeah, Weird Al did not receive he's not receiving the respect that he's due in this.
This sort of reminds me of the story that crap, who's our friend that we watched The Neighbors with? Lost.
Oh, was it Ryan Estrada? I think?
Yeah, Ryan. Sorry, I blanked on your name there, Ryan. The story that Ryan told about how a major, he had a major interview with somebody that he had to take day off from work and go to Seoul for. And once he got there, he found that the guy didn't know anything about his cartoons, didn't know anything about him, had just picked him because he had the most Google Plus followers in Korea. and spoke English and wanted to ask him about massage places.
What?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I feel like that was the situation that Weird Al was in here.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's like it's you got to pay your dues on the way up, but Weird Al got there eventually. So
yes, he has gone from I think it was Mike Nelson who described him as one of those people that pushes ahead of everyone else in the buffet line of life and fills his plate way too fast and then has to be sent to the back. Which I mean, he was not talking. He said that Weird Al is one of the ones that you really don't mind doing that, and also included in that Hoyt Axton. I don't know much about Hoyt Axton.
I've never even heard of Hoyt Axton.
He was the guy who sang "My Mitchell."
Okay.
He must have done something else, but that's the only thing I know.
I do not. When I look him up, he looks familiar. Like the guy looks familiar, but I have no clue. Maybe. Wait a second. He's not the guy. He didn't play the dad on Gremlins, did he?
I don't think so.
Okay. You know what? I'm looking him up. Oh shit! He did. That's the dad on Gremlins.
Oh, it is? Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Oh my god! I looked at him and I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but he sure does look like the dad on Gremlins. So,
sure enough. Okay, yeah. I did not know that.
He's been in a whole lot of things that you've never seen or heard of.
Yep.
But he was in Gremlins. So, Hoyt Axton, ladies and gentlemen, the dad from Gremlins. He was married 4 times and struggled with cocaine addiction because it was the 80s.
Yep, it certainly was.
Yeah. But anyway, so I guess Hoyt Axton had some early success that I'm not super familiar with.
So Weird Al was, somebody who just sort of won the celebrity lottery, and then, 5 years later, we'd be like, oh, that guy's still around, and 10 years later, it became like, oh, I'm glad to see that guy again, and now Weird Al is just like, never leave us, you are the one good thing in life.
I mean, it does help that Weird Al actually is. It's the sort of thing that the interesting thing about Weird Al, I think, is that he is someone who. He has a simple gimmick, right? That is easy to understand, and people generally like it. It's like, oh, a joke a joke version of a song that's popular. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an easy sell. But then it turns out Weird Al is actually like super talented and good at that.
Like, holy
So
shit, talented. God damn.
yeah, and you don't notice it until you hear other people try to do comedy music, because most people who try to do what Weird Al does, they are so bad at it. They are the worst. Like
This is why your parents get mad at you when they hear you trying to make up a Weird Al song, because you sound terrible.
yeah, they're all. Hank Hill was correct in his assessment of comedy music. Listen, if you don't take my word for it, go listen to the Fump. Download any song from the Fump, and you will see that I am correct.
I'm sorry, the Fump?
The funny music project.
Mm.
It's where all the Weird Al wannabes put their music on the internet. And boy, is it bad. Boy, is it bad. It's not good, folks. In fact, dare I name names? Dare I name...
I think I know one of the names you're going to say.
Should I say the name of the worst comedy musician that I have ever heard?
Is it Ray Stevens?
You know what? Ray Stevens. You know it's not Ray Stevens.
Wow.
Like Ray Stevens, I'll give him this. I don't think highly of Ray Stevens, mostly because of his politics.
Yeah.
His actual music, Guitarzan is pretty catchy.
Guitarzan has a beat and you can dance to it, which is better than you'd say about a lot of stuff that would show up on Dr. Demento.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody would try and dance to existential blues.
No. And I'm going to say something controversial. I'll even say Ahab the Arab has not aged well. Not aged well at all. But as a song, it's I can see why it was a hit. I can see why it spoke to people. I'm going to
write a parody of that one called AFAB the Arab.
Actually,
or Ahab the AFAB. There we go.
You know what? Actually, that would actually be really funny. That would actually be like way funnier than the original. Which is impressive when you take a comedy song and actually make it funny.
Yeah, I mean, and even Weird Al has done it. I mean, "Pretty Fly for a White Guy" was a funny song to start with, but "Pretty Fly for a Rabbi" is better.
Yeah, I mean that is part of Weird Al's, that is part of his genius, is that he can kind of, like, Weird Al is, he's deceptively witty. Like if you actually listen to his music, it's like, okay, the lyrics are actually pretty funny. He's got some clever ones, and he changes the melody, just enough often, but it works, so he's he's good at what he does. He's good at what he does, which is, again, comedy music. That is more than enough to be like in the top tier of comedy musicians, because the bar is so low. Ray Stevens, I would say, like I said, he's got maybe those 2 songs, maybe 3. Other than that, a lot of his stuff is pretty mid. There's better ones. Tom Lehrer, of course, is the GOAT.
For real.
Yeah.
I mean, even Weird Al would admit that. He'd be like, no, Tom Lehrer is better than me. Steve Allen is better than me.
Yeah.
Alan Sherman.
Yeah. Spike Jonze, right. A lot of good stuff. So obviously there's a few people who do good comedy music. Weird Al has stood the test of time because he's one of them. He's good at it. He's also good at what was I going to? There was something else I was going to say about Weird Al. Oh, I think probably the biggest blow to Weird Al's career was that time. Remember when we had LimeWire, and any parody song people just attributed it to Weird Al?
Oh, God! It's like, Weird Al would never sing the 12 Beers of Christmas. Good God!
Just awful stuff, and everyone's like, "Yeah, it's probably Weird Al, right?" Like he probably did squirrels or
Yes, girls just want to have fun. He already did a parody of girls want to have fun.
Yeah, or like oh god, I can't even walking around in women's underwear, or what is it? Detachable penis.
Yeah,
I just am trying to think of the ones that like. Well, the
yeah,
ones that your college roommate made you listen to when they didn't in the years before the cake was a lie.
yeah.
And
Big Butter Jesus.
Oh yeah, yeah. So or or here a terrible comedy music song done by an otherwise quite good musician, who the entire rest of his discography is absolute gold, except for this one song, which is what he's most known for, and that is "Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road" by
Oh,
like Ludon Wainwright the Third.
I did not know that.
Yeah, great musician. Like I listened to his other stuff, and it's all good. It's so good. He was an amazing folk singer. Some of his music like makes me cry like a baby. It's so affecting. And then "Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road," which is just this absolute like stinker. It's just like, God, there's nothing there, and that's the one people like. So
Yep.
so anyway, lot of so what I'm saying is comedy music is an easy sell. People want to laugh, they want to laugh while they're listening to music. So they'll eat up any garbage. So it just so happens like, that's what I'm saying is like the comedy music scene is like, it's literally like all garbage, and people are like, this garbage is delicious. And then Weird Al comes in with like a filet mignon, and it's like, whoa, well.
Yep.
But no, I'll say this: probably the worst comedy musician that I have ever heard.
Placing my bets.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I don't care whose toes I step on. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's good. The great Luke Ski.
I knew it. I
Not,
knew it.
not a fan. Not a fan of the great Luke Ski. And I will say that, like, because if just go listen to, there's a song he did, which, do you know that Nail song? I think it's 88 like lines about 44 women.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we both know a better parody of that already. Laura Schoberg, 88 lines about 42 presidents.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, Luke Ski did 88 lines about 44 Simpsons characters. And
Oh, that's bad.
yeah, and the thing is, you hear that and you're like, that's probably not going to be very good. Well, here's the thing: is it's interesting to listen to because it's less funny than the original Nails song, which is impressive.
Oh,
And it's also impressive because he's like, what you need to do when you write a song, the lines need to scan, and the lines do not scan. It's amazing. It's just an amazing failure of a song, and so that's pretty typical of his work. When I've heard it, I'm just like, this guy is not very good as a musician, and he's also not very funny. Perhaps funny music is not the place that he should be concentrating. Maybe he should try his hand at something else. I don't know, like animation.
I
Anyway.
do think that he made he is like one of the only people that has done like a fan thing. He did a fan song about the comic Scud the Disposable Assassin, which is like, okay, nice to have, some real, 80s indie black and white comics cred to have a song about that. But I mean, it would be nice if anyone else had heard of it.
That is definitely a deep cut. I mean, good on him.
But I mean, that's almost more getting into the realm of filk, isn't it?
I would think so. I mean, at that point, I mean, you might as well do like songs about the Amazing Screw-On Head or something, because like, it's like, good. Three people will get this, but they'll really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm gonna do a 5-minute rap about the plot of Hectic Planet.
Oh man, so anyway, yeah, I don't think as funny music goes, it's not the best. I'm just saying is like he's no Tom T. Hall.
Nope.
He's no Whimsical Will. He's no Kipadada. whatever that
There's
guy's
no
name
ninja
is.
sex party.
No ninjas. Actually, they're pretty good, to be honest.
They are.
They're pretty good. I've heard their stuff, and it's like, oh, these guys kind of slap.
Yeah.
I think it is possible to have comedy in music. I think
Oh
it can
yeah.
do it.
I mean, Frank Zappa had a whole album called "Is Does Humor Belong in Music?" And
Yeah,
obviously it does, because music should be able to. I mean, perhaps you've heard the phrase that poetry is the only rational reaction against the futility of expression, and of course, music just makes poetry more memorable. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think that it can be done. I believe in it. I think the issue is comedy is an art form that is deceptively difficult because it's so subjective, but everyone believes that they can do it. And you know,
Yep.
maybe everyone can, because you know what? There's a lot of people who like really shitty comedy.
That's true. I mean, I'm on this one. I'm on this one Discord server where I'm a mod, and most of what I'm doing is just deleting the incredibly racist YouTube videos people are posting.
Ooh, wow. Geez, I didn't know. Why are you in a racist Discord?
Well, it's not ostensibly supposed to be racist. It's just that there's a couple of racist people who are like the main Discord guys' friends. I don't know if I can hang out there much longer, honestly.
I feel like, can we? It's like, boy, yeah. I'm curious. Like, what kind of racist videos are they posting? Is it just racism, or is it like,
It feels like they're trying to sort of play chicken with how far can we go before revealing this was racist.
gotcha, that sort. It's like, when you hear that, it's like, oh yeah, sorry, gentlemen, 2003 called. They want their ethos back.
Yeah, for real.
Oh man, yeah, that's God. I think I'm gonna say something controversial. I think there's too much racism online.
Yeah,
I think
liberal.
I think we should only have a reasonable amount of racism.
Yes,
So
a normal amount of racism. The kind of racism where you look around at the people who are actually making your lives worse and have a lot of power in real life, and it's clearly visible who actually has this power, and it's not some shadowy group. They're right there, and they're waving their big butts in your face. So maybe you should kick them.
exactly. I think it just goes to show that no matter how different we are, we can all get along together, except for a certain group of people. You know
Yeah.
the ones I'm talking about. Cha 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 cha. I'm talking about Boers. Those fucking South Africans.
They're so boring.
They are. Did I mention before that I had a South African kid in my class in high school? Like a white South African kid.
Oh, and was he nice?
He was, I mean, I didn't know him personally. He
Okay.
was in my class. Francois was his name. I had no personal beef with him, but we all basically just like ganged up on him. And we're like, every time he was in, we're like, so Francois, I heard you hate black people. Why do you hate black people? Is it normal to hate black people? Well, is that what you're doing all day, just hating black people? And let me tell you, South Africans, they don't like that. They don't
I'll
like.
bet. Yeah.
No, they don't like to be. They don't like to be jokingly accused of racism. We were just having a laugh. We're having a good time. Is accusing this guy of being a racist, which he probably wasn't. I mean, actually. He probably was, actually, now that I think about it. Now that I've met more South Africans in my time, he probably was horribly racist, but since this was like the early 90s, smart enough not to say it in front of Americans, knowing that America is a melting pot, and Americans, our culture values plurality and diversity. We like having all the culture of our meats of our cultural stew, not like in South Africa where they like being racist. In America, we would never be racist. Never. Never. I think, because when I think of America, I think of that Simpsons meme where all the people are dancing in Lionel Hutz dream.
Yeah.
That's what America is.
The world
to
without
me.
lawyers. That's
A world
what
without
America
lawyers.
is. Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway, what we're saying here is we don't endorse racism. We think it's bad. And I'm glad we had this discussion. I don't remember why we're talking about racism. How do we get into racism? Yeah.
Anyway, Anyway, Weird Al is trying to go into the dragon's lair.
Oh, that's right. That is what he. Wow. Okay. So he's trying to go into the dragon's lair, but Scooby and Scrappy are cowards and don't want to go in. This makes sense for Scooby. Scrappy again, out of character.
Yeah. Yeah,
Little
he never
weird.
says puppy power once in this special.
Yeah, and he never does something very stupid that causes Weird Al to be like, put in traction.
Yeah.
Which I
I
guess
wonder if I wonder if Scrappy was originally scripted to be someone else, but they just had the Scrappy costume and that was it.
it might be. I mean, I think that I don't know. Maybe they had like a Shaggy impersonator originally. This
Yeah,
was
it probably would have made more sense for this to be Shaggy, but I guess they. I guess it would be a little weird to have Weird Al, the normal human, hanging out with a giant costumed character, Shaggy.
that's true. I mean, they could have just had a guy and say like, "Oh, I'm Shaggy." It's like you put a green shirt on a guy and he's basically Shaggy.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, I noticed that Shaggy has a green shirt in this, and I was like, oh yeah, Mike is gonna be happy about that.
Yeah, yeah. I am a green shirt Shaggy purist. Red shirt Shaggy, what the fuck? What's up with that? But we got like yeah, we're gonna get to Scooby Doo eventually because that does happen. But we have Dragon's Lair, and so basically they have a Dragon's Lair. Weird Al says that he's going to do it because he says, I was the first on the roller coaster. I was the first on the bumper cars. I'll be the first in Dragon's Lair. And Scooby and Shaggy are just like, yeah, you do that because we're scared. So then, but then he gets like a torch and the dragon lights it from inside the cave, like fire comes
Yeah.
out. And
Also, yeah, Scrappy says something like, if we had Dirk the Daring, he'd go in, and Weird Al goes, Dirk the Daring? I don't believe I've met this man. With this really weird look into the camera.
Oh yeah, that's right. One of the things about this preview park special is there are things that happen that are like, I guess the comics curmudgeon would call them joke like material, where they are delivered with the cadence of a joke, but it's like don't think it actually is a joke, but it feels like it's supposed to be a punchline to a joke that was not set up.
See,
So
Weird Al has this wonderful technique he invented where he will say something that is, that's like floundering in joke like material, where, it's a joke without much punchline, and then he laughs at his own joke, and then he gives you this absolutely vicious, threatening chimpanzee stare. Like, why aren't you laughing?
I mean, the thing is, it's like it works when Weird Al does it. Like he's a very gifted comedy talent. It's just funny, especially seeing this in something aimed for kids, because this almost feels like a much more sophisticated, like Dada style of comedy, anti-comedy for adults, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I guess kids like funny faces, so it works for them too.
Yep. It strikes me that at this time, Weird Al was probably still actually living in. Where was it? It is in the name of one of his albums. Not
Oh,
Lancaster.
was it
Somewhere.
Albuquerque?
No, no. Shoot. Linwood. He was probably still living in Linwood, so he probably drove here himself to the shoot.
Oh, well, maybe that's why they had him. They were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you can drive yourself. We don't need to pay for transportation." So
Yeah. And wear your own clothes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's probably better than anything they give him.
He does really have an enormous collection of Hawaiian shirts. And he used to wear patchwork pants that a fan made for him on stage, but those are really hot.
Oh, that's nice that he did a fan thing, for a
Yeah,
fan.
he is very influenced by his fans. I mean, one fan got him to become a vegan.
Oh yeah, I will say this: Weird Al, from I've heard. I don't know the man personally, but everything I've heard is that he is very responsive to his fans, which is something that sounds good, but can be bad. Because I've definitely seen artists who are so responsive to their fans that they lose their way and they just become obsessed with pleasing fans. And I don't get that impression from Weird Al. I get the impression
No.
he's very much like always doing the thing that he wants to do. He's always his first priority is always like amusing himself, and that's probably why he's had such staying power, is because he knows who he is.
because he is not subject to the algorithm.
Yes, exactly. I think he's on tour again, isn't he? I just saw a poster that he was going to be in Reading. So
Yeah. He's going to be doing. He's actually going to be in my town coming in September. So I'm going to try and make it there.
nice, nice. I'm sure you've been to a couple Al concerts in your time.
Yes, the first one I got to go to was when he was touring for Running with Scissors. That was 25 years ago.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's old school.
Yep.
He does put on a good show, though. So,
He puts on a great show, and I didn't even get to see the ill-conceived self indulgent tour. I've only seen the regular tours he does, where it's this super, you know, very high energy thing with lots of costume changes and special effects and stuff. Like he's afraid that you'll get bored.
he does, again, he puts on, if you're going to see a Weird Al, like there's some musicians you go and it's just like they're just slumming it. Weird Al, I feel like if Weird Al is like Christopher Lloyd. He's always bringing his A game. If they
For
booked
real.
Weird Al, at a county fair, he would still put on the entire show.
He didn't actually. I saw him get rained out of a show at a county fair.
Oh, wow, 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 Weird Al. Never mind.
No, I don't blame him. He fucking slipped. He fell and like hit his hip while he was in the Fred Flintstone costume.
Oh, jeez. Was he all like yabba dabba yabba do now?
Yeah, exactly. And in the middle of the song, they had to be like, "Good night,"
It was like Weird Al
because everyone
died
else
on the
was
way to
getting
his
soaked
own
too. So
Oh, well, if viewers, if you ever, or listeners, if you ever get a chance to see Weird Al in concert, yeah, I recommend it. Try and see it. It's good stuff. But if you can't, then you can see him go into the Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair. What do we think about this cartoon?
it's it looks like they're actually trying to do something like the game itself by giving you like multiple choices.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know how that would work.
I don't think your choices actually matter. It just like if you picked this way and then you see Dirk die, and it's like, well, luckily he did the other thing. So
Oh, okay.
there's a certain sort of minor audience participation, kind of like, I don't know. Did you ever see the Saturday morning Where's Waldo show?
I did not see that.
There would before the commercial, they would actually, usually Waldo would sort of wander off and be like, Waldo, where are you? And then you get like 30 seconds to look at a still picture and try and find Waldo in it. And then when they came back from the commercial, they'd zoom in and show you where he was.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's kind of, yeah. I mean, that's what you'd expect from Waldo show. So
Yeah.
that's all fine. This one, I have to say that like two things stuck out to me. One is that the animation is not nearly as good as the actual video game.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
mean
they-
that is the opposite of the way these video game shows usually go.
I feel like they were like, well, we want to hire actual Don Bluth to do this. Fuck that shit. So it's
They don't have the budget or the time, I don't
No,
think.
no. So it's that kind of limited Saturday morning animation. You can also see that they really desexed Princess Daphne. They really,
Oh, yeah.
they were like, no, there's no way we're getting away with that, like, that weird diaphanous, like, sling bikini that she's wearing in the game. So she's just wearing her Princess Peach costume instead.
Yeah. Also, Dirk seems to be accompanied by like a squire or something who is just like an ordinary Hanna-Barbera man.
Yeah, I feel like they were like, he needs a sidekick that the kids can relate to. So that's probably, what they were doing there.
It should have been one of these weird things with the puckery lips.
Oh yeah, those I remember from the game. But
Yeah. I had a Dragon's Lair coloring book, and I think at the time I did not know about the game.
oh really? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always kind of funny when that sort of thing happens. Anyway, Dragon's Lair,
Dragon's Lair, yes.
not Space Ace.
Not Space Ace, yes.
I guess eventually we'll have to watch Dragon's Lair, I guess, to compare it
Yeah,
because we did the
eventually, yeah.
space case. Well, the next thing they do is Weird Al and Scooby and Scrappy go to like an arcade, and
Yeah. An
what?
arcade with lots of like Kmart ride-ons in the background. Sucky arcade. Damn.
Yeah, it's not very good. What mostly kind of like amuses me about this is you can see they're just kids in the arcade playing. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like it is interesting because like nowadays to be like, no, we're roping everything off. Nobody is everything. Well, first of all, they would just film this in front of a green screen. But the fact that back then they're just like, yeah, whatever. It's just things. Life is going on in the background. We don't have time to you know to kick everyone off set here. So it's an actual functioning amusement park while it's being filmed. I guess
Now
Weird Al was,
they did block it off for the bumper cars segment. There wasn't anyone in the bumper cars ride but Al and the two mascots.
oh, that's true. I guess they were like, well, we can't risk them actually getting in a real bumper car bump up, lose
Yeah.
our talent. The arcade, though, not so much because we do get to meet Chrissy Gold from Benson. She's here.
Oh, I mean, I've never seen Benson. I didn't know. I guess I've seen Soap, but I've never seen Benson, which is a spinoff of Soap. So
Yeah, I am aware of the concept of Benson. I remember the character from Soap, but like yeah, I don't I assume he's a butler to a different family or something now,
I
or
guess so. I mean, I've seen Robert Guillaume in stuff. Apparently, Robert Guillaume was up for the role of Gordon on Sesame Street. That would have been a
oh,
very different world.
that would have yeah, okay. That's definitely a multiverse thing happening. Um well, we don't get Robert Guillaume here. Instead we get
Because,
some
as previously stated, Benson will not be seen tonight.
yeah. Instead we get some other Benson character. I don't know who she is. I don't know.
I don't
Um,
know. Apparently, she knows Al. I wonder if they're still friends.
yeah, she calls him over, and this sequence probably has the most joke-like material of the entire special
Yeah,
because
this just makes no sense whatsoever because she has what appears to be a real 80s style robot, and I can't.
yeah,
It seems to be a puppet that works with like telemetry or something.
yeah. What's his name is Orbit or Orbo or something.
Something like that, but it must have something to do with the fact that they're introducing the show Orbots.
Yes. So he mentioned something about like video games, and
Yes.
Al is like he plays video games, and Chrissy Gold is like no, he eats them, which as apparently is a joke, which is like oh, robots eat video games. Okay, I guess.
Okay.
And Weird Al is like better not let him eat the roller coaster. And it's like, wait, a roller coaster is a different thing than a video game. Does he just eat like? Does he just
Objects?
objects? What is going on here? He's like the man from Mars or something. And and then the robot is like, no, I am on a diet. And it's like, oh, okay, okay, I don't, okay. He's kind of
Okay.
got that. I don't know if it's Frank Welker, but he's got that robot voice that everyone had in the 80s.
Definitely the Frank. It's definitely Frank Welker. He's using the same voice as like Herbie from Fantastic Four.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
The
It's
I forget if I told the story when we watched the Fantastic Four movie, but supposedly Frank Welker recorded like the first episode of a Fantastic Four cartoon where he was the voice of Herbie, and then found out that they were like electronically flanging it to make it sound more alien. So he just did that to his own voice, so they didn't have to do the effect.
damn. I mean, now, that's the thing is nowadays they talk about like, oh, you need the AI to do stuff. Look at the amazing work that actual humans can do.
For real. I mean,
Yeah.
you could never get an artificial Frank Welker. You
No,
know,
no,
an AFW.
no. Well, anyway, so Frank Welker is voicing Orby, the robot,
Yes.
and
Not to be confused with Orbity from the Jetsons.
right.
It's kind of a it's weird. This robot looks kind of cool from a distance, but then you zoom in and it has this really goofy LED smile that flashes with its speech, and these eyes that make it look like a barrel eye fish, if you know what those look like.
Yeah, it's funny because yeah, and it's got this like its face is kind of like a reflective visor, so it's because of the lighting, it's actually kind of hard to tell that it's got that face.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, well, why did you even bother? Because it's like you put extra effort in to make it look worse, but you can't even see that it looks worse because of the lighting. So yeah, um, I'll say this one was kind of a miss for the Saturday morning preview park.
Understand that if you were there in the early 80s, having a personal robot at the time was like the biggest status symbol. When your friends all come over for your birthday and you've got this robot greeting them at the door. Hi, I'm Comro Tot or some shit like that.
Oh yeah. Back then,
That's what they were doing with the robot scene in Rocky 4. Was the idea is like you are such a successful capitalist, you have a home robot.
Yeah, it was like everyone wanted a robot back then. You can get one nowadays, except it's actually like a guy, like
Yeah,
doing stuff remotely. So,
it still can't really do much of anything but greet people.
yeah, it is funny because like whenever you see like people doing robots now, it's like, oh yeah, it's like so it's basically 1980s robot from that new Muppet movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Except
that is what
actually not as good.
But what is good is the Mighty Orbots. Have you ever seen this show?
I have heard of it. I've never seen it. Boy, the animation is amazing, though.
Isn't it great? Yeah, Tokyo Movie Shinsha. This is them really wanting to get a piece of that American toy cartoon pie. Mighty Orbots is a show that's okay. Okay, let's just simplify Power Rangers to the point where the teenagers are the robots themselves.
Yeah, it's honestly, I was shocked looking at this animation because it is they put so much effort into it.
Yeah, the Mighty Orbots. I mean, the only problem with it is that the animation is fantastic, the character designs are fantastic, the lore leaves something to be desired, I think.
Oh, what is the lore for the?
Well, okay, the Mighty Orbots are this group of robots who were built by this one scientist guy, and their names are Tor, Bort, Ono, Bo, Boo, and Crunch. You may notice that all of those are just like derivatives of the word robot.
Yeah. Except for
So,
Crunch.
I mean, we complain about the GoBots having bad names. Those are terrible names, except for Crunch. And so they're these human-sized robots who can merge into a giant, but not like a giant on the same scale. When they combine, each robot becomes the size of a building.
What?
Yeah, look at the shot of the combined form parking in front of their human buddy, and he was just standing eye to eye with most of them, but now he is shorter than its kneecap.
Huh. I feel. Yeah, I feel like they didn't think this one through very well.
No, and the name of this giant robot is Mighty Orbots. I was like. You couldn't come up with a better name for the big one than just calling them the group?
Yeah, that's funny. They put all the effort into the animation, which ironically they didn't realize. Like, look, if you're making this for Americans, Americans don't need good animation. It's garbage for children. They'll eat anything. And then they forgot to put effort into like the actual story or anything.
Story, yeah. I mean. It doesn't even show their villain in this promo. Their villain is like this planet-sized thing with 7 eyes.
Oh damn! So they turned what is it like Unicron into a beholder?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like an organic Unicron that is like at the core of this planet or something. But and one thing I think is kind of neat is that one of the robots is always human scale because she's basically the ignition key for the other 6.
Is it like the little girl robot?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's Ono.
Oh no!
Yeah, they're all named after noises they make.
I mean, it's too bad because this show looks really boss.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. It's better than I'm making it sound. I have some complaints about it, but the show itself does. I mean, it feels a little, comparing it to Transformers is like comparing Underdog to the X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a bad show, and of course, it has its fans to the point where I mean, they specifically went for the Orbots look when they designed the characters from Transformers Animated. You might recognize the green guy from that. Bulkhead is looking very specifically like Crunch from the Mighty Orbots,
Oh,
the
huh.
the pot-bellied one with the big jaw.
Right, right. Okay, that makes sense.
You also, a really disappointing thing about Mighty Orbots is that it's all made to sell a toy that didn't come out.
That seems to happen a lot.
Yeah. Actually, they just launched a Kickstarter to finally actually produce the toy. I'm debating. I don't know if I want to spend $300 on a Mighty Orbots toy.
I mean, that's a lot for a toy.
It's a lot. I mean, I've spent that much on certain Transformers toys, but I mean that's something I'm already a fan of, and Mighty Orbots is always something I thought deserved another chance, but I don't know if it deserves a $300 chance. I'll
Right.
let you know.
Yeah. Well, you got to follow your heart.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Well, it looks like so the Mighty Orbots, they get their bit, and then
Yes.
what happens next? Then we get this.
Now they go to like this small town. Have you been to this part of Knott's Berry Farm?
I don't recall this. I assume it's like some sort of like little kiddie ride where you drive a little cars through like a little town or
Oh
something.
yeah, that seems to be what it is. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of. Have you ever been to the House on the Rock?
No, I've heard of it though.
The House on the Rock is fucking awesome, and it actually is full of weird stuff like this. They have this kind of little western town inside the house that you can visit, and it's like this museum of like bygone camera equipment and stuff. So yeah, the House on the Rock is a great time. You absolutely got to go if you're in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I've had
But
friends who've gone, and the pictures that they brought back are pretty wild.
yeah, my favorite is there was a room that was all bellows. This like a bunch of different models of bellows, some of which were like the size of a motorcycle.
Jeez.
And I was like, you know what? I got to get a bellows. So now I have a bellows hanging on my wall, waiting for someday when I need to stoke a fire.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah, yeah. It's I got it, and my family was like, "What? Well, what are you going to do with that? Inflate a cat and make it whiz around the house?"
You don't know, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, it's not my major interest, but I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, you got enough cats.
yeah. But
Uh,
anyway, in the show, this little town, this shrunken town, is their lead up to the new season of The Littles.
yeah, the littles. It's the
Yeah,
littles.
The Littles. That's
The
The Littles,
littles.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
exist.
Here is the song that our longtime friend and contributor Steph Cherrywell wrote for The Littles that my girlfriend and I would always sing when it came up. Here come the Littles. Just sit quietly if you can. Here come the Littles. Just half an hour till He-Man.
That pretty much sums it up. It's the littles. They are people. They're little people. They live in. So Henry is the kid who owns the house,
Yes.
and he's got these little.
Henry Big. Oh boy.
Was that his real name? Henry Big.
Henry Big, yes.
Henry Big. So Henry Big owns this house. He lives in a house. Sorry, he doesn't own it. His parents maybe.
He's a
I don't know.
10-year-old, yeah.
He's a 10-year-old. He just lives in the house. He doesn't pay rent or anything. He's not a homeowner. But he's got these little people who live in his vent, and they're little people. They have tails and pointy ears, so they're like, I mean,
and buck teeth, so they're kind
Buck
of
teeth.
rodent-like. They're almost like extremely human gerboa furries.
I always got the impression, just because something about the teeth and the tails specifically made me feel like, oh, this has to be some sort of like European comic that got adapted, but we've never heard of the original like source material. Like it feels like like the Smurfs kind of did more like that. Except we know
Yeah.
where the Smurfs are from, but the Littles have that vibe. It's like what if they made the Smurfs, but like not very interesting. Um,
Well, you're half right. It is kind of a knockoff because the Littles were preceded by the Borrowers, which you might have heard of before.
I have heard of them. They're from that movie with John Goodman.
Yes, but there was in fact a novel, a series of novels about the Borrowers before that. And in
Oh,
fact, there was a movie called The Secret World of Arrietty by Studio Ghibli that was in fact based on the Borrowers.
oh. So the Littles is kind of a ripoff of the Borrowers.
Yeah, kind of a Snorks to the Borrowers.
Gotcha,
It's an,
gotcha.
however, it's not American. It is no, it's not European. It's American, and it was in fact based. It was in fact a series of novels before the cartoon came out.
Okay. I mean, I remember watching the Littles as a kid. I remember absolutely nothing about them except that they have a pet turtle. Actually, I didn't remember that. I saw that in this preview, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. They had a turtle."
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, they're fine, you know.
Yeah.
But this is, I think the Littles was definitely one of those like we're making a cartoon for the girls. This is a girl interest cartoon. Um,
Really? Did you know girls who were into the Littles who
no,
wanted to play Littles with you?
nope, nope.
It means something very different if a girl wants to play Littles with you now.
Yeah, now I believe that's it's ABDL Abdul.
Yeah.
That's playing Abdul now. I just got the impression like this
Play
feels
Goo Goo
like
Babies with me.
so. What I think is here's the thing is like as we know, executives in the '80s had no idea how to appeal to girls. So all the girl interest. So if you got a cartoon that was like this seems calculated to appeal to no one, it's probably for girls. That's why you got stuff like the Little Clowns of Happy Town. And I mean that's not always true because some things you could tell like I'm girl interest like Beverly Hills Teens is like clearly
Yeah.
this is intended for girls, although it's Beverly Hills Teens is an incredible cartoon that everyone should watch.
It really is, yeah.
It's
And
it's the 80s, so it's strong enough for a man, but no strong enough for a woman, but a man can watch it too.
but pH balanced for a man, right?
Thank you. Yes.
So
There we go.
the Beverly Hills Teens is the one show that my parents didn't want me watching.
Why
My
not?
hippie parents didn't want me watching this Republican show.
We're like these dirty capitalists.
Well, I mean, the point of the show is that these people have all this money, but they can't buy their way out of their problems.
I mean, that's probably a good thing to learn as a kid.
Yeah.
See, like
It's also a good thing to learn that rich people are not smarter than you.
Yeah, I mean, Beverly Hills Teens, like every TV show from this period, is kind of stupid. But it's I like it's highly entertaining. It's definitely one of the ones that like I've watched as an adult and being like, oh, this one's pretty amusing. I like this. It doesn't hurt that like it's got Bianca is a great character on that show. I'm a big sucker for like rich bitch. Like, oh, this
Also,
is
that
great.
that theme song slaps
Oh,
so
it's
hard.
such a good theme song. It's probably one of the best of the whole 80s.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't think I would ever hear a better theme song until I heard a theme song in ABC Saturday Morning Preview Pack that might
really?
even be better. Yeah.
Mighty Orbots?
Not the Mighty Orbots.
Okay.
Not the Mighty Orbots, though. The Orbots wasn't bad. But anyway, so they're looking for. So the Littles seem to be. We're seeing clips from some sort of rock and roll episode of the Littles. It looks like the Littles
Yeah.
are messing up a rock show. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot the
a
Littles.
band called the Copacettes.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Is that Spanish?
It's like a joke on copacetic, which is like hippie for cool, I guess.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So the Littles, I'm looking at this like, oh, I forgot that it's these two Littles, the two kids, and then there's cousin Dinky and the fat.
Yeah. Yeah, Grandpa Little, who is, always absolutely furious at Dinky Little, and he's right because Dinky is like the worst character ever.
Yeah, Dinky is he's the dumb one.
Yeah.
He is he a pilot? I vaguely remember him being
Yeah,
a
he's a pilot.
pilot.
He's wearing the Rocky the Flying Squirrel cap and everything.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, as a kid, between Dinky Little and Launchpad McQuack and Powerglide from the Autobots, I really thought I'd be running into more bird-brained pilots as part of my everyday life.
How many have you met?
Well, I mean, my dad did used to work on a Naval Air Force base, but I didn't meet any bird-brained pilots there.
Well, yeah.
Especially not ones who go, and away we go.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
They all say that. Why do they all say that?
That's because they're gonna fly. They're gonna
Is
fly.
there is there some very specific pilot that like every cartoon writer got their ride to L.A. with?
You know, it wouldn't surprise me. Think about how many cartoons have that one taxi driver in them.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, but so the Littles. Yeah, it's still here. I guess
Yep.
that's remember kids, the Littles. It's half an hour till He-Man.
And then we get a quick look at some sort of Wild Mouse style ride on the Saturday morning preview park, where it's like it looks like a roller coaster, but all the cars are parallel to each other, side by side. What's going on here?
I'm not really sure.
So you haven't been on this ride? I'm really relying on you because I've never been to this park.
Oh well, like I said, literally the only thing I ever went to was the Kingdom of the Dinosaurs.
Ah, okay.
If anything else, if I did go on any other rides, I do not remember them at all.
Okay,
But
how about this M&M's commercial? How different is this from the M&M's that we've known for the last 25 years?
um, yeah, it's again, I feel like this commercial is it is wallowing in a sincerity that we don't see in commercials very much anymore. There's a simple innocence here that they capture that like I'm sure is weird to look at. It's weird to look at because I know I'm being manipulated, but it's working so well because I'm so used to the I don't know the like the funny M and M's they have now. I guess they're
Yeah, the
funny.
sarcastic M&M's. He does exist.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of those M and M's to be honest. I think that it's about time they got rid of them. It's about
Yeah.
time they got rid of them. And I don't
Bring
care.
back these weirdly sincere M&Ms that just sort of cluster around you like minions.
Yeah, I it's funny because this commercial is these kids are kind of walking in the park, and then this like a random like roller skater goes by and somehow turns it into M&M World.
Yeah, and then we don't see him again. It's like, who are you?
He's yeah
Are
yeah
you an M&M in human form? What happened?
yeah. He's got like a little like he's wearing like a shirt that's kind of made up to look like a Dickie and bow tie. So it's like
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah, he looks like Pee Wee Herman going skating.
Yeah, it's like, are we supposed to recognize him? Maybe he's a recurring character or something. He's the Eminem magician. Yeah, so I mean this song too is just so it's just so
I mean, it's literally kind of like the Wizard of Oz. They're walking down a yellow road to a M&M's castle where everyone greets them with song and dance.
I remember seeing not this particular commercial, but like many M&M commercials back in the day that seemed to take place in the wacky M&M factory, where M&Ms are like taking baths in a chocolate river and getting their M's stamped on their bellies,
Yep,
stuff
we've got
like
this
this.
happening on all of them. It was like, no,
Yeah,
the M-bellied M&Ms had bellies with M's. The non... Wait, hang on. This doesn't even work.
yeah, it's like, well, that's why all M&Ms are created equal. So this was what M&M advertising was like before we got like, the dumb M&M and the sarcastic M&M, and then
Yeah, the
they
ones that were initially voiced by it sounded like it was John Goodman and John Lovitz, but I think the red one is now Billy West. I'm not sure who the yellow one is now.
it's probably Frank Welker.
No, maybe.
Yeah, then they started adding more because then there was like the scaredy cat one, the orange one, and
Yeah.
and then they there's the sexy green one that like Tucker Carlson wants to fuck, and he got real mad when they gave her sneakers instead of the fuck me go go boots. But then there's also the sexy brown one, which I think she's got kind of that like that dominatrix secretary vibe. She's got like a mean school teacher thing because she's got glasses. Um,
Yeah.
and then there's a yellow one, and I don't know what the deal with the yellow one is. Like, what's the yellow one's thing?
I don't remember the. Oh, the yellow one is the dumb one.
Oh, he's the dumb one. Isn't
Yeah.
so? Isn't it?
He's
Is
the
that all?
peanut, and they all represent like permanent flavors. Like the red one is the milk chocolate one. The yellow one is peanut. The green one, I guess she. Oh, maybe this broke down immediately.
Well, she's probably
Oh,
the Christmas mint one. You know.
yeah. I know that the orange one is supposed to be the crunchy one, but I'm not sure if they make the crunchy ones anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the brown one? Is the question.
I don't know. Peanut
It's
butter?
Oh, there are peanut butter ones. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay. So, do you remember when we were kids? There was that urban legend that like different M and M's had different effects on you.
Yeah,
Like,
the green M&Ms make you horny. The yellow ones turn you gay.
yeah,
The red ones give you cancer. But when we were kids, they didn't have red ones specifically because people were afraid about red dye number 2, which did give you cancer. But M&Ms didn't actually use red dye number 2. They just got rid of it. So that's why in this commercial you can see there are tan M&Ms but no red ones.
yeah. Did they eventually? Do they still have the tan ones, or did they get rid of those? I
No,
feel
the
like
tan ones are gone. The tan ones have been replaced by the red ones, and up until the '90s, there were never any blue ones.
I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the blue and the red M and M's because I feel like maybe this is okay. This is very stupid to care about. But like I'm old, and as an old person, I get real mad about like shit from my childhood, pointless shit from my childhood. But like as a kid, I remember it was yellow, tan, brown, and green, right?
Yeah,
And the fact that all of the M&Ms except the green ones were these kind of muted earth tones made the green ones like real special. Like getting a green M&M, you like lost your shit. It was like getting a cherry in your fruit
yeah.
cocktail, even though they all taste the same. But, kids. So now that there's all these colors, it's just kind of like, oh, who cares? I don't care anymore. The kids these days, they're spoiled with their M&Ms. Might as well be eating Skittles.
Yeah. And of course, luckily Skittles. With Skittles, they have the opposite problem where the green ones stopped being so special because for quite a while they were not lime, they were green apple.
Oh, do Skittles have different flavors?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know? Oh,
No.
do you just empty the whole bag into your mouth like a normal person? Yeah, me too.
I actually don't know that I've ever eaten Skittles. I just assumed that they were M&M ripoffs.
No, Skittles are fruit flavored. There's no chocolate in them.
Oh, wow, that's a totally different candy then. Never mind. I have, however, had German Smarties, which
Yeah,
are
those are different.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those are not like American Smarties, which are kind of like sweet tarts, I think.
Yeah, I like how Laura Schoberg again described them as being like, pour something you can pour down your mouth in a column like so many Smurf vertebrae.
It's a good way to say it. Now, do the M&Ms still have the same slogan? Is it still melt in your mouth, not in your hand?
I mean, I haven't tried melting them in my hand lately, but I imagine they probably still don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I assume they still function the same way, but do they still say that in the commercials?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to M&M commercials. I only ever see them in the movie theater where they're yelling at me to turn my cell phone off,
Yeah.
and it's always like, "Oh yeah, it's those guys, those M&Ms. I guess they're still around."
Oh, go to hell, Candy. You know you're produced by slave labor.
Yeah, that's right. Also, put your fucking boots back on, bitch. Ugh, I can't get it up. I can't get it up with your flat your sensible shoes now. Oh, how many death threats were sent to like Mars Inc. over them defucketizing the green M&M?
I don't know. I mean, I always assumed it was making her more sexy, but maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just Maybe I just don't have the correct kind of foot fetish.
I mean, it's hard to know. Things are weird now because basically we're living in this world where everyone just wants to be mad. So it's like, oh no. So it's like they're making the green M&M unsexy. That's woke. Oh no, they're making the green M&M sexy. That's that's perverted. It's just like you just can't win. It's just you just want to be mad about stuff. Anyway, that's the world. That's the
People,
that. But
people would rather have their grievance than any kind of semblance of sense.
yeah, and they make it worse because it's like, hey, you can be mad all the time about nothing, but guess what? We have a machine now where if you do that enough, you might get famous and also get money for it. So it's like, oh, cool. That's a great thing to incentivize. Anyway, M&Ms, they're still around.
And after you eat your M&Ms, you're going to have to brush your teeth with the Colgate pump.
Damn, do you remember these things? I remember
I do.
when they made toothpaste in a pump for about a week.
Oh man, the shirt this girl is wearing. Could you get more 80s than that?
Yeah, it's like they made it out of the carpet from a bowling alley.
Yeah.
It's amazing. This entire commercial is kind of amazing just because it is such a relic of its time, you know. This girl, this teen girl has been sent shopping for the family, I guess, and she buys Colgate toothpaste in a pump rather than the tube. And
yeah, the idea being that she bought it specifically because it came in the pump, as opposed to their normal brand, which does not come in a pump.
Yeah, and the pump is like, as a kid, I remember like using these when they came out and being like,
yeah.
I mean, I was like, because I was a child, I was like, this is fun to use, way more fun than a tube, but I actually don't think there is any advantage to the pump.
No.
In fact, I think
not
it's
that
actually,
I can see.
As far as I can tell, it's actually worse because with a tube, you can keep squeezing till you get every drop out. With a pump, it's kind of like it eventually doesn't pump anymore, but there's probably still a lot of toothpaste in there, you know? So,
yeah.
plus,
I think it was the 90s and the, reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce was what killed the pumps.
Yeah. Also, they really got pretty crusty around the nozzle.
They did. Oh man, I remember that was gross.
Yeah. So the pump, but it was a novelty, and the kids loved it. Except for this one little girl who was really excited about getting her big sister in trouble about buying toothpaste in a pump as opposed to a tube. This is another commercial that's like a little mini movie.
Yes. I remember this one from when I was a kid, but I didn't remember it right because either that or there's two different versions of it. Because I would have sworn that the mom of these two little white girls was black.
Oh, do you mean as in it was you remember this as a black family or an interracial family?
An interracial family. I remember the little white girl, but I remember a black mother.
Wow. I feel like that would have been insanely progressive for 1984.
Yeah, it doesn't make... in retrospect, it really doesn't make any sense. But, I mean, the image I see in my head is a woman that does not look like the woman in the actual commercial. So I don't know where I got this idea, unless there was another Colgate pump commercial with a black family, and I got them interpolated somehow.
I mean, it would not surprise me. I feel like that's entirely possible. They did have a black family Colgate commercial.
Yes.
But also...
last I checked, black people had teeth too.
That's true.
Unless they sold them to George Washington, apparently.
Oh, our nation's founding slave owner. What a... Wow. What a jerk. But yeah, you know what? I think it was actually bad that he owned people.
Yeah,
and
me too.
He took their teeth.
No, I don't own people too. I mean, I think it's bad.
Yeah. I think we all agree. I know this is a controversial thing to say in the year of our Lord 2025 that owning people is bad. But I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah, owning people is bad, and you shouldn't want to do it. And I hope you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Listen. The only owning people that I do is by being a witster on the internet.
It's okay to pawn people, but not own them.
That's right. Now, I do think that's interesting. Well, you know what, Ethan? Perhaps that shows something that in 1984 you saw a commercial that you thought was an interracial family, and your reaction was just to be like, yeah, makes sense. Which is very heartening. That even back
Yeah.
then, in the racist 80s, the eyes of a child can see past all that.
Well, I think I've told this story before that as a kid, you know, there's a quote from Matt Robinson, one of the creators of Sesame Street, and the actual first Gordon, the one that they passed over Robert Guillaume for, who said something to the effect of, around age 3 to 5, a little black boy realizes for the very first time that he himself is black, and and that is the moment when he decides for the rest of his life whether that's a good or a bad thing.
Mm.
And that's an interesting thing because, yeah, it was a. I don't think I realized that I was white until I was 5 or 6, and that was when I started to notice that some people didn't look like me on the TV. But the thing is, this was an era when, say, let's look at, say, Avery Brooks from Deep Space Nine. You know him.
Hmm.
But before Deep Space Nine, he was getting roles where he would literally be credited in the script as the black dude in the pink hat.
Oh, jeez.
So, so yeah, that was the kind of image of black people you were getting on the TV. But when I turned on the TV and I watched PBS and Saturday Morning and Star Trek, I would see LeVar Burton being just as much a member of the group as everyone else on Star Trek: The Next Generation, and I would see Cowboy Curtis, about as nonconformist a blackface as you can get on Pee Wee's Playhouse, being really funny and also the coolest of the cool. And then I turn to PBS, and there's LeVar again, and he's seeing how paper gets made. He's taking part in Japanese taiko drumming. He's doing everything, and somehow it really soaked into me as like, oh, black is just a kind of face. It's not a kind of person.
Well, I guess you can say that television has the power to do good.
Yeah, especially because I don't think I had any black friends at that point. So it was. I think I did in fact go to a kind of expensive private kindergarten. That was the only time I ever went to a private school.
Oh man, I don't remember when I first started noticing, racial differences. I remember I had, gosh, I remember there were some black kids in my kindergarten class, so I guess they were Asian kids too. I remember that. I remember seeing Asian kids. That's
Yeah,
I remember a lot of Asian kids. Um, but this was, this was the um, yeah, that was sort of the mid to late '80s, and
yeah,
I don't know. America had a very strange relationship with Asians at that point. Well, you know what?
yeah.
America has always had a strange relationship with all non-white races because
Yes.
this country.
In
When
fact, America has a pretty strange relationship with its native races too.
Yeah, so it's what a world, what a world. I do remember being as a kid, kind of getting like watching cartoons and being like, ah, yes, there's a group of friends. There's going to be a black one and there's going to be an Asian one, and the rest are normal.
Yeah.
Uh,
As a kid, you watch cartoons and you're like, oh, look, oh, there they are, all 5 races: black, white, wheelchair, fat, and girl.
yeah, there you go. That was how it was, and I think sometime in the '90s they started adding Latinos.
Yeah,
And then I remember that they do that thing where America gradually realizes, okay, look, there's certain racial groups are now acquiring purchasing power, and therefore we should not make fun of them anymore because we might be able to get money out of them. And because I remember at some point in the late '90s is when they, no, not the late '90s. It would have been the aughts when they, or even more recently when they started realizing, hey, maybe we shouldn't be like making fun of people from Southeast Asia.
yeah.
anymore, because that was fair game until the early aughts. Boy, people love making fun of. I guess like it was Southeast Asians and Arabs who were interchangeable in American culture. We didn't know the difference; they were all the same because
And there's still a whole bunch of pushback when you say we shouldn't be making fun of Indians and. Wait, were you just saying Indians and Arabs?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I was preparing what I was going to say, but you beat me to it.
Yeah. Oh no, I said Southeast Asians because I was trying to be woke about it because I was like I don't know what the actual Indian, Pakistan.
Well, when you say Southeast Asia, I think you mean like Laotian, Vietnamese, that kind of thing.
Oh,
I think of India as more Southwest Asia. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe I might be using the wrong terminology because I apologize, folks. I don't know. I do think we are finally getting to the point where it's no longer cool to make to treat the Romani like they're like a mythological like leprechaun race anymore, which is progress.
Props to Mystery Science Theater for having GPC change her name.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know they did that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she canonically found out that it was a slur and didn't want to be called that anymore.
Oh, well, you know what? Good on them. Let's see. Who are you still allowed to make fun of at this point?
I don't know. I don't want to try it. I don't want to step on that landmine.
I feel like at this point, one of the things that's
I don't feel like you're even allowed to make fun of mean people anymore.
Well, mean people have feelings.
That's what those buttons, though, we used to, or bumper stickers should have said. Mean people have feelings, too.
Yeah. Well, actually, they're going to change it. Everything's going to be in the next, because where people got sick of comedy being illegal. So they're going to bring back all the slurs, and you're going to be allowed to make fun of everyone except for white people. Except only some white. You can make fun of, like, some white people. Just you're not allowed to make fun of, like, Nazis.
Yes. They are blameless, holy creatures.
Yeah, because you know what? Elon sucks. Fuck him. We're allowed to say it. We're on. What are we on? We're not on Spotify.
Spotify? Yeah.
Spotify? I don't know. But we have been talking more than an hour, so should we just do a third episode?
Oh, geez, you want to do 3? I mean, that's a good way to carry us forward into the new year. So shit. Why not? Why the hell not?
We're doing the trifecta.
I thought
folks.
we would get 2 episodes out of this one. I was not expecting 3. So shit. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Join us next time. We might get through the littles.
Just sit quietly if you can.